Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, and guess what? I got one big bad mamma jamma for you. It's this vehicle right here. This is it. This is a 2023 GMC Yukon Denali. It doesn't stop there though. This is the Denali Ultimate. But before we get into this full-size, full-on luxury General Motors truck SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So GMC has always been that premium brand of trucks from General Motors. There's a lot of people that say, hey, how come my Tahoe doesn't look as good as that Yukon? It's not supposed to. The Yukon is a step above the Tahoe because Chevy's here, GMC's here. Now, in the 21st century, of course, it's all about SUVs. Even though GMC is still producing trucks, they have expanded their lineup to SUVs, and with this Yukon Denali Ultimate, now they're bringing even extra touches to compete against probably the most premium of all General Motors brands. What's that? It's mighty Cadillac. So what I want to find out is, if you're looking for a full-size SUV that brings the utmost in luxury, but yet doesn't break your bank account at the end of the day, do you need to go all in on a 2024 Cadillac Escalade, or is the GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate the better idea? Let's go ahead, let's see what's different and unique about this Denali Ultimate and find out. Right off the bat, white. White seems to be one of those colors that's most popular on Yukons, period, no matter what trim it is. Now, normally when you go Denali, you would need to have your GMC required Ray-Ban sunglasses because of all the bling bling and shiny chrome up front. I like what they did on the Ultimate. First of all, great job on the lighting. Full LED daytime running lamp, turn signal, and of course your triple stacked LED headlights. Working our way down, you're gonna have functional corner air curtains, LED fog lamps, some black chrome, and just a little bit of gloss black. That's it. Now, as we come across that massive GMC grille area, I like the way that on the Ultimate, they actually gray out the whole GMC badge. Just a little bit of shiny chrome. The rest of it is all black chrome, even around the perimeter. So I like the dark chrome finish. I feel like this is more modern, more contemporary, where sometimes a bunch of chrome, I don't know, sometimes it looks a little fuddy-duddy, but I'm liking the style on the grille. Now, when you compare this to the Cadillac has almost like this futuristic style to the grille area. Still kind of falls in that Transformer zone a little bit, but let me know what you think. Are you liking the GMC grille, or are you liking the Escalade grille a little bit more? Now, as you work your way down, you have the dark chrome finish all the way across the center section. My big zonk is, why do we have a fake vent here? Why is this all fake? I wish that this actually did something. So that to me is a bit of a zonk on a vehicle at this price point, but definitely massive, large, and in charge. You're gonna have a forward-facing camera right underneath the M for Minolta. I don't know what brand camera that is, but it could be a Minolta. I know Steven loves Minolta cameras and Nikons and Canons, but he's a Canon guy. That's what Steven is, if you're wondering. Now, as we rise up, we take the elevator up to the top level. You're still gonna have the same hood as any other Yukon, and that's not a bad thing. I like the way you have these nice bold indentations on each side, and then everything else just looks very muscular. I love what they did with the front end. Now, when we come around the bend, of course we need to do something different, wheel and tires, if this is gonna be Ultimate. What do we got going on? Check it out. I love the machined aluminum. These little chrome inserts, I wish that they were black chrome. So to me, that's a zonk, but I do like the gunmetal gray finish all the way around. And if you're wondering, Joe, what's the size of this wheel? 22-inch wheel. Tires are 275 on the width, and a nice meaty 50 series sidewall all the way around. We do have MagneRide suspension, so that means it's gonna adjust compression and rebound damping. And then we also have Air Ride added to that, to the suspension as well. So that's gonna give you a nice, comfortable, but capable ride down the road. No flat black, what to speak of. And then coming down the side, I do like the way it has a GMC badge here. I just wish it said Ultimate. You can hear the sirens. Those are the Cadillac Escalade owners that spent too much money. They spent too much money on their Escalade and now they're having heart attacks. This Yukon, it may surprise you when it comes to the price point, but I wish it said Ultimate there. Now you are gonna get power folding side mirrors. I like the way they smoked out the lenses for the turn signals here. 360-degree cameras. And then instead of doing the black chrome, they went shiny chrome. And to me, that's not a cohesive design. But you're gonna get that Denali name, very nicely placed. And then of course, you're gonna get some dark chrome finish along the bottom of the door panels here. But what's great is you open this up, you have that electric dropping running board. And I like this. This is a full-size SUV. I know a lot of people say, oh, the Telluride is a full-size SUV. Are you nuts? The Telluride from Kia is not a full-size SUV. This is a full-size SUV. Now you are gonna get the bright metalwork bottom and top, and we have some bright silver on those super long roof rails. They almost look like javelins that people throw in the Olympics. Javelin throw is one of the original Olympian games that actually started in Greece. That still happens today. Just saying. Now, you do get some shiny chrome finish on the door handles, but then you have body color. And then working our way towards the rear, I like the way they integrate the quarter window on these Yukons. No trim. I think that's so important so the back doesn't look real heavy. And then they just take the bright shiny trim almost to the rear quarter panel. So it's looking good. We get to the back, guess what? It's my favorite. 2 scoops of raisins in my cereal because check it out. No exposed wiper. I like the way it's got the wiper that just swings down. Nice clean appearance. This opens up separate, so the rear glass opens up separate so you can just reach in there and get some Raisin Bran if you're having some cereal at your kid's soccer game. And then of course you're gonna have full LED lighting. There's no bulbs here. LED lighting, nicely done. The dark chrome finish with that GMC badge, just like up front, all kind of smoky grayed out. You do have a nice long roof spoiler. And then working our way down, what else we have going on here? You have the Denali name, the Yukon name, and I love the quad tip exhaust. Stagger tip, nice round opening, stainless steel finish. And then this cover here pops off, and that's gonna expose obviously where you tow with your GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. But why don't we go ahead, let's go pop that big massive hood and see what is powering this SUV. All right guys, we got the massive hood open. Underneath the hood of this Yukon Denali Ultimate is that naturally aspirated V8. You're definitely not gonna get that on a Kia Telluride. 6.2 liters of V8 goodness gives you 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic. 0 to 60 in this thing, 5.9 seconds. Top speed is governed to 112 miles per hour. MPGs, 14 in the city, 19 on the highway. And this vehicle can tow 8,300 pounds and weighs almost 6,000 pounds. So very impressive that a vehicle like this can accelerate the way that it does. What's interesting is that those numbers are gonna be basically the same as the Cadillac Escalade because the Escalade also comes with a 6.2 liter V8. So that's kind of the nice thing is that you're not losing power depending on which one you go with. But why don't we go ahead, we got that beautiful staggered tip exhaust. Let's fire this thing up and hear if it makes any sound. All right, guys, we are inside this 2023 GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate trim. And you know what? It feels freaking good sitting in here. I really do like what they've done with this particular trim. Now, if you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, is it gonna be exactly like a Cadillac? No. Cadillac still is gonna bring some extra special touches. But wait until you see what this Yukon Denali Ultimate brings. Now, asking price for this one, if you're wondering, Cadillac, like I said, is well over $100,000, depending on how you option it. If you want a top trim, you're looking at almost $112,000. And we're not talking about the Escalade V. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the top luxury trim with the Escalade compared to this. This has an asking price of $93,000. May not seem like a big difference, but 20 grand plus is 20 grand plus. So let's see what you should do to the door panels. I love the leather, the real wood finish, no fuddy-duddy veneer on it. It's a nice brown stained wood, really matches well with that milk chocolate brown leather on the armrest. I love the crisscross stitching. And then of course you're gonna get that ginormous GMC Twinkie pocket there, easily hold 7 Twinkies. We got the Bose sound system, nice large aluminum speaker grill covers. And then if you have a meatball sub, you got the perfect door pocket for it, and a large strawberry shake to wash down all that Parmesan and Prego. Now going from the door panel to the dash, that leather material is nice, the stitching, the wood finish, more stitching. You'll notice that we have a side pocket there that's big enough for 2 packages of Fig Newtons. And then as you come in, you're not gonna get 38 inches of OLED screen. You're not. What you are gonna get is a 10.25 inch infotainment system screen. I love the way it's integrated. It's got, of course, navigation, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Let me throw it into reverse. Backup camera, clear as day. Trajectory looking good. You got your different camera angles, all by the touch of a button. And the fact that you have the 360 is a nice touch as well. And your trailering, so you could show where the line is when you're gonna go hook up the hitch. And then you're right back to where you started. Working your way down, real knobs and switch gear for your volume control, radio controls. We got dual climate. Love the digital readouts, heated steering wheel. And then of course we have 3 stages of ventilated seats and 3 stages of heated seats. Real wood finish. Open up door number 1. We do have our wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A, and a 12 volt. You have your GMC key fob. This one has a special protector condom, a hard case condom to protect the key fob. And then you do have a nice little door here for 2 drinks. And then the great news is it closes up. I like the way it's got the metal finish here. Leather on the armrest, nice place for your phone. Look at the stitching. Somebody did a very good job with that. And then you open it up. You got enough room in here, I would say, for about 38 NES game cartridges and 2 controllers. And the great news is if you have your power glove on and you can't drive with the power glove on like it's bothering you, watch what you could do here. I love this. This is really cool. It's like you're part of James Bond team, because now you could put your power glove right there. So you could take the power glove off, put it here, and you got all your cartridges. You even got another area here for a couple of your special games that you feel are collectible. You could put those in there and then sell them on eBay. Seats, it says it right there. Ultimate, the piping, the Bose sound system, and the freaking headrests. Love the way the seats have the stitching, everything done properly. Full electric assist, really nicely done. You got massage seats, and we have, are you ready for it? This ginormous panoramic freaking glass roof, and we have an opening sunroof, but I'm not done yet. Digital rear view mirror. You can actually see a little squirrel there that's sleeping under that bush because it's been raining today. But why don't you go ahead, get your butt over here. I want to show you behind the wheel in this Yukon Denali Ultimate. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. Of course, you're going to have your memory seat settings, 2 memory seat settings for the driver's seat. You got the Denali badge. It should say Denali Ultimate. You went all in. You deserve a special badge. There's all your seat controls with the massage seats. I got them on right now. Feels oh so good. I'm 6 feet tall. Plenty of room in here. Of course, you have your 4x4 system, all easily controllable right here to the left of the steering wheel. Always like the way they have that, and your mode selector knob. And you could raise and lower your GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. Steering wheel, same thing. Electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. The leather, this means that we have Super Cruise, one of the best semi-autonomous driving systems. A little bit of that metal trim, and then you got a beautiful 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, nice clear graphics. You could scroll through tons of information in the center there just to give you the perfect readout of exactly what you want, when you want it. And then you could even adjust left and right inside those gauges. So I kind of like the way they give you such flexibility, and you have a ginormous head-up display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the mid-row and the third row so I could show you what full-size SUV means when you go Denali Ultimate. All right, guys, mid-row and third row time, and this is really where the Denali Ultimate brings the heat. These seats, just like up front, the leather, I love the way they put the elevation map in the back of the seat here. I don't know if Steven could show that. He seems to be just standing there, but thank you, Steven, for showing that great area. This is even more impressive. Look at this armrest. This is the type of armrest that I like to see. Nice and beefy, and I definitely got to thank the cows that sacrificed their lives for this beautiful leather. Now, what's great is you're going to have wireless entertainment in the back. You can get, because this is a Wi-Fi hotspot vehicle, you get on YouTube, Hulu, whatever you got, Amazon Prime. We have nice large pockets. Put a family-sized bag of Twizzlers back there, maybe some family-sized bag of Skittles or something. And then, of course, you got your two cup holders. We got AC controls, but here's the big zonk. You ready for it? Heated seats, but no ventilated seats. For $93,000, I deserve some ventilation in the mid-row. 2 USB-Cs, 2 HDMIs, and a home power source down below. These seats are superb. I'm 6 feet tall, not even close to the headliner. Of course, they slide, which is great. They also recline, which is awesome. And what's even better is because this is a true full-size SUV, I can just get in the back without even getting out. Do that in your Kia Telluride. Look at this. Voila. Look at all that room to get in and out. Slide on in. You're going to like it back here, I promise you. Because once again, not even close to the headliner. I got AC vents, USB-Cs, a nice cup for some Yoplait yogurt. They put some soft material on the armrest. That's what the Ultimate does. And they give you the same great seat material. They don't go cheap on the third row. But let's get to the cargo area because I want to take you for a ride in this Denali Ultimate. All right, guys, cargo area time. It goes without saying, you're going to have electric assist on anything that says Denali from GMC, especially a Denali Ultimate. You're going to be greeted to over 25 cubic feet of space. We got the smart liners installed to protect that rear cargo rug area. So we know what we're doing here. And then you're going to have a little bit of an all-you-can-eat buffet with buttons and switches and plugs. So we have a home power source. You got your 2 switches for your mid-row. And then we have our switch gear for our third row. Let's go ahead and fold down the third row, shall we? Nice electric assist. Look how smooth and fast that is. Ooh. Let's see if this one's going to do it. Is this one going to do it? There we go. Just wants to be touched the right way. Now you're going to be looking at, and you can hear those sirens again from the Cadillac owners. They just took another Cadillac owner to the hospital. I hope they're going to be okay. Bless them. Over 70 cubic feet of space with that third row down. You fold down the mid row, you can live in this thing. You have over 100 cubic feet of space. So tons of room. Here's those USB-Cs I was trying to show you when I was in the third row. Nicely placed. They even give you some soft material, like I said, on the armrest. But you know what? What I'm curious about is a Cadillac has that signature Cadillac ride. Does this Denali Yukon Ultimate have a good ride? Let's go ahead and jump in and find out. All right, guys, we're leaving Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete. We're in this 2023 GMC Yukon Denali Ultimate. Remember, this is an all-new trim, and they really raised the ante, raised the bar when going in on this Denali Ultimate. I like the fact it's so easy to get to the infotainment system. It really just makes sense how everything is laid out. I don't need 38 inches of screen. And I know the Escalade has 38 inches of OLED screen. I don't need that. And I like having it integrated. Let me know your feelings on how this is set up. The leather is great. The stitch work, the wood finish, all of the storage areas, you got plenty to choose from. Plus, you got your digital rear view mirror, gives you all the great technology that you come to expect. Pulling away from the light, you have great visibility out the front. Side view mirrors are ginormous. And you really come to appreciate the work that's been done with the suspension, with the seats, the way that they've designed the seats, the cushion, and the materials just really elevate the whole experience in here. Plus, you have some really great sound deadening as well to give you a better driving experience. Now, of course, to use Super Cruise, the roads have to be within the system, but they've added quite a bit of roads to the Super Cruise. And what you're gonna find is that for semi-autonomous driving, it's actually one of the better ones when it comes to that. If you've never driven a real full-size SUV, you might think it's a little cumbersome and overwhelming. This Yukon Denali Ultimate does not feel that way whatsoever, and is probably one of the easier ones to drive by far. All right, guys, pulling away from this light, you have the all-wheel drive 4x4 system, keeping you nice and planted. And the 10-speed automatic shifts very, very, very well. I really like the way the 10-speed automatic with the 6.2 liter V8 behave with one another. But having the array of buttons, knobs, and switches is actually quite welcoming, because when you look at a lot of other luxury SUVs specifically, it seems like everything is going into the screen. They don't give you actual buttons and knobs anymore. But what's great is when you got to merge, that 6.2 liter V8 does the business and gets you going with no fuss whatsoever. The head-up display gives you so much great information. And the steering feels really good. Not too light, not too heavy. I really think they dialed that in very nicely, especially when you're in those tighter parking situations. But driving down the road, I just really love the way that the Yukon Denali Ultimate responds with the steering, with the great suspension work that's been done. It really doesn't feel heavy when you're driving it. And I think that's something that many people are really gonna gravitate towards. You do have your different modes, which right now we're in normal, and the all-wheel drive system is in auto or 4x4, but we do have a sport mode, which is nice, and trailering mode. So you have a tow haul, a normal, of course you're gonna have an off-road, but we're gonna go into sport. That's where I'm going. Are you ready? On throttle, here we go. Gets the power down very nicely. That V8 rumble, but it feels really, really good when you're behind the wheel of this Yukon. Suspension is very compliant. It gives you feedback to what's going on with the vehicle. It's not swaying all over the place like you're a rubber duck in a bathtub full of water. Brakes feel good. And no, the ride is not harsh. Even with the 22-inch wheels, the ride is not harsh whatsoever. But we're gonna slow down here and then we're gonna go on throttle. Let's come to a complete stop. It's nice because the roads are a little damp and it can really show you what this thing is capable of. You ready? On throttle, here we go. No slip, all grip. Love the sound of that V8. Into this right-hand bend. Obviously traction control doing its thing because of the damp roads. But just really, for a full-size SUV, it really is gonna surprise you just how well this vehicle drives, rides, and responds. But we're gonna go ahead and get back to Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's kind of a gray day here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete, but definitely brought a smile to my face getting behind the wheel of this Yukon Denali Ultimate. Definitely want to thank Miro for all the work that he does, because God knows he works so hard and he doesn't get enough thanks. So thank you, Miro, for all that you do. Let me know what you think. Are you going Yukon Denali Ultimate? Are you wanting to spend the extra money and have the prestige that you drive a Cadillac instead of saying that you have a GMC? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Need to get up, Stephen Flood Photography. He's here with his umbrella, with his raincoat, even has his winter gloves just in case it's going to snow today. So thank you, Stephen, for being prepared. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.